Okay, so this is what I've been working on. This isn't complete yet, but I just wanted to give you kind of a teaser and show you what it is that I've been working on lately. So this is a web-based tool, although right now it's not on a server, it's on my computer. So on the left screen is instructions. On the left panel, on the center, it's it just has room for GEDmatch. It's kind of like a GEDmatch helper. Let's say, and log in, and then we just follow the directions. So for this particular one, I'm going to um, analyze the segments of my ancestor Eloise Lindauer, and what I'm going to do is I want to create a clean slate for DNA Painter using the portions where I've reconstructed her. This will also you could use this for the pseudo-sibling method, but that's not what I'm doing right now. Just a quick demonstration. So let's see, let me find Eloise. I've got a 29% reconstruction of her. And I don't paste this number in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go open up a 1, 2, 1. I'm on step 1 I did. I logged into GEDmatch. Step 2, run a 1-to-1 HIR comparison. 1-to-1 autosomal. This tool does not work with X yet because Genesis does not do FIR-X yet, so I'm waiting for that to happen before I make it X compatible. So, and then the other one I want to do, I'm going to compare her to her son, because since she should match her son everywhere, the parts where she matches indicate the coverage where I've successfully reconstructed her. All right, so I put in, there's not going to be any FIR here because it's only related in one, and they're both mono kits anyway. It doesn't matter if I do graphics and positions or just the positions. I just can't do graphic only because I need the segment data. So I hit submit. Again, doesn't matter which build, but it'll matter because it'll be mapping segments, but whatever build you want to map your segments in. So hit 7. Okay. Then I'm going to click everything. It doesn't matter if I get every single thing as long as I get all of the boxes and a little bit before and after. So if you cut off the bottom, it doesn't really matter. Then I'm going to paste that in here. That's step 3. Okay. FIR, there isn't any in this case, and that's only if applicable. If you're phasing siblings, you're going to do it here. And that's how you do your clean slates for the pseudo-siblings. It would even not only make a black segment for the do not touch areas, it would actually just eliminate them from altogether, and it would just spit out segments of that you need to map. Okay, then the segment search data you post here. So let's say that was for Eloise. Okay, I don't need that because I'm in a window. Let's see, tier 1 segment search number. I was on the scan all. Okay, it doesn't matter for this because we're not going to put it into Excel, whether or not you use the graphic bar. Mine will handle it either way. So let's just submit. It should just take a few seconds because it is not a complete kit. It should take about a third as long as it would take for a full factory kit. About half done. And I could have done the 1-to-1 compare in this center window too. I just thought it was easier to do it outside, so I can cut and paste. And on the flip side, you're not required to run GEDmatch in this tiny window. You could run it anywhere and just copy and paste into these things on the side. It doesn't know what you're doing in the center window. Okay, so got the segment matches, and like I said, you don't have to get the whole thing, but as long as you get above and below a little bit. There. Okay, copy and paste to the segmenter. Okay, segment search data here. So that's step 4. Step 5 is click continue. Okay, and it just gives me a notice that I did not paste FIR data into the second input box. The tool will assume there are no FIR segments. And that is the correct assumption in this case. We didn't forget anything. They're just not siblings. Okay. Okay, so now what it does is it scans through all those matches in the segment search, and it figures out which ones are close matches that you may or may not want to exclude from your analysis depending on what you're doing. So if you see any of these, for example, if I'm trying to figure out Eloise's father's matches from her mother's, the information about her descendants is not going to be particularly useful. So I'm not going to do them all, but I could just, click away her granddaughters, Helen, Selma, and Nada, right? Um, my brother is also a descendant, as my father, and so am I, and my Uncle Michael, who for some reason has 2 kids in there. That must be us. Interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, the last thing, okay, step 6, mark close relatives for exclusion and assign them to a group of a known ancestor. So let's say I wanted to exclude these because they don't matter, but let's say this one here I knew is related to Charles, the ancestor Charles, and this one. And this isn't true, but this is just an example. And then this one's maybe through grandmother Anna, and maybe this one's through Anna. Okay, so if you know which grandparent or which target of reconstruction that these are going to match to off the bat, it's helpful to put it in. Then we hit continue. Okay, now depending on what you're using this for, if you're using this for the pseudo-segment method, you don't want to split into segments. You want to keep those blocks because each block between the do not touch area is going to be a single block that at the sibling level for your visual phasing. But for any other purpose, you want to split. And it's going to find every split in the it's going to use your cousin matches, excluding the ones you selected, to determine where the splits of your segments are, and automatically find them. This is not unlike what Diego's tool did for the reverse phasing, although this is for other types. So we're going to split, and then what's coming is you'll be able to download the segment export report that you can upload to DNA Painter. But for right now, to show you that it is working, all the math is working fine. It's creating an array of the segments that need to be painted, and that's functioning good, functioning well. And it's creating an array of the segment matches, here 867 of them, and it excludes those close ones. And with ones like the first one here, where I said that that's Anna, instead of putting in the GEDmatch number, it replaces the GEDmatch number with special, and it saves the name as Anna. And then when it sees special as a GEDmatch number, it's going to make everything on that segment correspond to Anna or tell you if there's a conflict. But you see where I'm going with this. And it would be a lot longer than 866 had I not excluded the ones that I chose to exclude. Okay, well, that's what I've been working on.